proud to broadcast high school athletics
online
from Portland's West Side.
We are West Side Mobile Media,
Banks, Oregon.
I'm Jonathan Lee. Good evening. Welcoming you inside Banks High School. I'll be bringing you tonight's first game between the girls. The number 8 Lady Braves taking on the Seaside Seagulls as the Lady Braves look to pick up that half game in the that half a game of separation between them and Idle Astoria and pull even again atop the league standings. Joining me tonight again is Trevor Beard. He'll call tonight's game between the boys, between the number 4 Seaside Seagulls and the number 6 Banks Braves, a game that that's for league supremacy. And right now, Seaside has a one-game advantage, Trevor, on the Banks Braves after that 47-40 win in Seaside just a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah, tonight's game here at home should be much different as far as level of aggressiveness and obviously officiating. North Coast Officials Association don't want to get too down on them, but obviously makes it very tough, almost a second added home court advantage for Seaside and Astoria anytime you have to play on the North Coast. And the game at Seaside, obviously a very heated environment already, a huge rivalry between these two teams the last 5 or 6 years. This is last 5 or 6 years with the success of Banks under previous head coach Mark Roach. It's led to more competitive contests between Banks and Seaside, and tonight I expect no different. In fact, when you got here, I said, don't be surprised if this is a one-possession game or maybe an overtime type contest. I don't expect this to be a blowout either side, especially after the way Banks played on Saturday in that huge 12-point win over Philomath on the road. No love from the RPI, still ranked number 9, despite going on the road and beating the 5th-ranked Warriors by double digits. But getting a lot of love from Banks community members on social media after that win. Probably the best they've played all season in that 12-point victory at Philomath, and I expect them to kind of build on that tonight.
Yeah, no love from the coaches either. The coaches poll that was released today on OSAA today, that is voted on by the state's coaches. They have Seaside number 4, Banks number 6. Banks actually moved up, but who's the team separating Seaside and Banks? Oh, it's the Philomath Warriors, the team Banks just beat by a dozen. So Philomath still the darlings of the coaches a little bit, getting one. Now, of course, the coaches poll has no bearings on, unfortunately, it has no bearing on this seeding, but it actually does gauge, overall it gauges more effectiveness of how these teams are actually playing on the court.
The only thing that I would say might give Philomath a slight advantage, even with the loss to Banks, is the fact that the Oregon West Conference this year is arguably the toughest league in 4A. You have Philomath and Cascade both in the top 5. Staten's going to be a playoff team, probably get a home game in the play-in round, and then you have Warrenton. 4 teams out of the Oregon West, or not Warrenton, Woodburn. You have 4 teams out of the Oregon West that are going to advance to at least the play-in round starting next weekend.
Yeah, the old Valco League, as we were reminiscing on Saturday on the drive down there to Philomath. And, of course, Saturday, the Banks Lady Braves would definitely like to put that game out of their minds. Probably didn't expect to really beat the top-ranked Philomath Warriors on Saturday, but without their star point guard, Haley Evans, not playing, was just a little bit too much. But I got to tell you, Madison Bigsby, my hat is off to Madison. Did a phenomenal job, I thought, coming in off the bench to give some help with Maggie Strublow at the guard spot, and Alex Saunders also. We're going to see probably Madison do that again, as again Haley Evans nursing that elbow injury after she banged her elbow very, very hard just last week. It was last Wednesday at Valley Catholic, banging that elbow against. I think it was the end of the bleachers there at Valley Catholic. So hopefully that she'll be back and go. Just not really expecting that close of a game in these last 2 games of the season for the Banks Lady Braves. Probably a good couple of games for Haley to sit out and be refreshed and 100% for the playoffs coming up. And, of course, we're expecting that probably this weekend a seed game with Astoria. That is assuming Banks does take care of business. They got 2 games here on their home court, tonight against Seaside, and then, of course, Thursday night against Tillamook. 2 games they should win, including tonight. I'm expecting it to be, Banks lost 58-26 at Philomath. I'm expecting somewhere in that neighborhood with Banks being on top against Seaside. Last time these 2 teams met a couple weeks ago in Seaside, as you mentioned, a heated environment. Even for that, it's a big rivalry. Banks won 31-26. I don't think it's going to be that close this time around. I think Banks is a lot more focused, even with Haley on the bench. It's just too deep, too good of a team for Banks. So we'll talk more about it on the other side. Right now, we need to step aside and do a little business with you and take care of it. You are listening to the Jim's Market pregame show presented by Jason Bond Remodeling.
Thinking about updating your kitchen or bath? James Bond Remodeling has over 20 years experience fabricating and installing stone countertops and can upgrade your home with the countertops of your dreams without the dreamy price tag. They pride themselves on quality and customer satisfaction. They offer stone countertop fabrication and installation and cabinet installation services. They'll do their best to beat any bid by 10%. Based locally in Washington County, they'll do jobs in most Portland metro locations. Call 503-753-9993 or email jasonbondremodeling@gmail.com. Jason Bond Remodeling, Oregon CCV number 227733.
Jim's Market in Banks is an institution serving the community for generations. They're actively involved in events and athletics from the youth league to high school level. Let them serve you with their locally grown fresh produce, fresh bakery items, including custom cakes, and quick hot food from their in-store deli. Jim's Market, conveniently located at the south entrance to Banks.
Welcome back to Banks High School. Glad to have you along as it is the penultimate night of the Coapa League season. Tonight, the Seaside Seagulls in town. And first up, it's the Seaside Seagulls, coached by Marla Olstead. We'll take a look at the Seagulls and their lineup. And they are in their school colors. Pretty cool. Red, white, and Columbia blue. Love that shade of blue, Columbia blue. That was, Trevor, one of the school colors from my college down in Eugene. So you're from south of there, the South Willamette Valley. Do you know what college? You probably actually already know what college I went to, but you probably know our school colors. It's almost the same color scheme, Columbia blue and red and white. It's the Lane Titans, the Lane Community College Titans. We were Columbia blue, but yeah, love that Columbia blue. But it looks like the Seaside Seagulls are going to be going in their road red. They're traveling red uniforms, red shorts, red tops with kind of a diagonal
Lane Community College
checkered pattern down the side. So the Seaside Seagulls coming in, the Seagulls they have lost 5 straight, and actually that is a losing streak that started just a couple of weeks ago at Seaside when the Banks Lady Braves beat them 31-27 was that score. They last lost to, just last Friday, they lost to Tillamook by that same count, 31-27. And so that was their 5th straight loss. Next game up for Seaside, coming in at number 29, on the OSA ranked 29 of 34 4A schools. Seaside will be playing at number 10, Astoria. Number 10 by the coaches poll. Astoria number 8 in the OSA ranking. So basically, Seaside, it's a pretty tough way to go out here, Trevor, as we wrap up the league part of the season. Pretty tough way to go out for the Seaside Seagulls, having to play at number 5 Banks and basically 2 top 10 teams playing at Banks tonight, at Astoria Thursday night.
Yeah, I don't see Seaside winning either of those 2 games. Seaside in a cycle the last 2 or 3 seasons where they haven't been competitive in girls basketball. We've talked a little bit about when I first came to Banks, or first started broadcasting Banks, Seaside was a little bit stronger team and would always battle with Banks and Valley Catholic for that third team to state. And Maddie Udi, who graduated from Seaside.
Yeah, she is playing right now. She's a starter for the Long Beach State 49ers down in the Big West Conference in Southern California. I was actually just going to mention the alumni watch for Seaside, saying that Maddie Udi, who is a senior this year for Long Beach State, and in her last year, pride of Seaside, Oregon, born and raised in Seaside, Oregon. Came out of Seaside in 2015 was the year she graduated, and finally, through all the COVID years of college ball, finally able to come to her senior year. Doing a great job, actually, for the Long Beach State team, who has won 16 games in NCAA Division I women's basketball. Well, the Banks Lady Braves, they come in here. They actually lost their last game. The last time out in conference play was at Astoria. It was last Friday. They lost by 5 points and then went on the road just this past Saturday to play at number 1 Philomath, their first game playing without Haley Evans, who, again, like we said, told you about, banged up her elbow against Valley Catholic. Actually, yeah, Valley Catholic, a game that Banks won that game prior to losing to at Astoria. Valley Catholic had won 9 straight games, and that suffered their first road loss of the year, and then they suffered their second straight road loss to Philomath. So definitely looking to get back in the winning column and finish strong here as we get ready for the postseason. As the Lady Braves, again, as we told you about, on Thursday, they will take on the Tillamook Cheesemakers right here Thursday night, 6 o'clock. It'll be a senior night, so probably going to be here a whole lot earlier, as we're expecting a really big crowd for senior night, honoring 4 seniors for the Banks Lady Braves. Maggie Streblow, Katie Grossnickel, Sydney Mahler, and Nia Johnson. Actually do see Sydney Mahler warming up in shoot-around for the Lady Braves, so we'll keep an eye on that to see if maybe Sydney finally cracks action here for the first time this season for the Banks Lady Braves. That is still to come. But we're going to step aside, and before we get into our starting 5 and introductions, we're going to hear from Sarah Hesselman Keller-Williams, who is the sponsor of tonight's Banks starting 5. So we'll be back right after this from a word from Sarah Hesselman Keller-Williams Realty.
Thinking about buying or selling a home? Sarah Hesselman, realtor with Keller-Williams Realty, will help you with your real estate needs. Call 503-313-0748 or email Sarah at sarahhesselman.com. Serving your community daily and proud to support the starting lineup of your Banks Braves. Sarah Hesselman, realtor with Keller-Williams Realty. Call 503-313-0748.
Rankings are important numbers in determining Oregon high school playoffs. So are rankings when choosing a lender to help you with purchasing or refinancing your home. Our local community home loan expert, Christy Van Meter at Caliber Home Loans, is ready to help you win the day. Call Christy today for all of your home loan needs at 503-327-5302 or caliberhomeloans.com/kvanmeter. Christy Van Meter, NMLS number 1700271, state licensed in Oregon, an equal housing lender. All products are subject to credit and property approval.
Welcome back as we get you ready for game number one of our doubleheader between the Seaside Seagulls and the Banks Braves. It's the Banks Lady Braves coming in number 5 on the OSAA ranking and number 6 in the RPI, number 8 in the coaches poll released on Monday. The Seaside Seagulls are not ranked in that coaches poll. We're going to get set for the starting introductions here of both teams coming up in just a little bit. And then, of course, to be followed by the national anthem. While we do that, we're going to take our final break of the Jim's Market pregame show. Back after this in 2 minutes.
You could save hundreds of dollars by moving another loan over to Wana Credit Union. Receive cash or make no payments for 90 days. Get started by visiting wana.fcu.org. Terms and conditions apply. Federally insured by the NCUA.
Proudly serving our neighbors in Washington County since 1946, LaHaye's is your destination for locally made Letterman's jackets, custom embroidery for business apparel or a unique gift, and scouting uniforms and supplies. LaHaye's is on the corner of 3rd and Main in historic downtown Hillsboro. Open Wednesday through Friday, 10 to 6, Saturday, 10 to 4, and anytime online at lahayes.com or call us at 503-648-2341.
At American Family Insurance, protecting farms is at the heart of what we do. After all, it's where we got our start more than 90 years ago. We understand it's more than a farm, it's your life. And that's why we offer customizable policies that protect what you've worked for. Let's build the policy your farm deserves.
Call American Family Agent Terry Powell in Gaston, 503-521-8842.
American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
American Family Insurance.
Banks Post newspaper is the official news provider of West Side's greatest hits. Listen hourly for West Side news from the Banks Post newsroom. Banks Post newspaper covers Banks, Manning, Buxton, Roy, and surrounding western Washington County communities. If you'd like more information on the Banks Post or want to pick up a copy, visit a local business today. You can also visit their website at bankspost.com or their Facebook page, Banks Post.
Andy McNabb Allstate in North Plains is your local Allstate agent. Located at 10120 Northwest Glencoe, across from Subway. She has 20 years of Allstate experience providing auto, home, renters, life, and other insurance products. Get a quote and receive a $10 gift card. Andy McNabb Allstate. Call 503-433-5030. That's 503-433-5030.
Have you ever wanted to explore the option of purchasing a home or refinancing your current home to lower your interest rate or get cash back for debt consolidation? I'm Amy Downs, a Senior Loan Officer with Diamond Residential Mortgage Corporation, and I pride myself on working with complete transparency, honesty, and integrity throughout the loan process and beyond. Call me at 360-513-6808 today. NMLS 1583279. Licensed loan originator in Oregon, Washington, Tennessee, Texas, and Arizona.
Diamond Residential Mortgage Corporation is an equal housing opportunity lender. NMLS number 186805, licensed by the Oregon Division of Financial Regulation under the Oregon Mortgage Lending License number ML-5206. All rates, fees, and loan terms are subject to formal loan applications, credit risk appraisal evaluation, and other lending criteria. Programs, rates, terms, and conditions are subject to change without notice.
We welcome you back inside Banks High School. Get set for game number 1 in the opening tip-off. As our officials take their jackets off, get ready. They are from the PBOA, the Portland Basketball Officials Association, one of the very best in the state of Oregon, so we know we are going to get a very fair matchup tonight in this basketball game tonight. Got no complaints with Portland Basketball Officials Association. Great group, great ran organization. So all about fairness, and we are going to have a fair game of basketball here tonight. ×2. Girls basketball on the way. Starting lineup for your Banks Lady Braves. It's going to be Maggie Streblow and Alex Saunders on the guard. Jocelyn Janisek, a 5'7 sophomore. Nia Johnson, 5'10 senior. And Madison Walker, 5'10 junior. Banks controls it. Maggie Streblow has it. They will go right to left wearing the home whites with blue numerals and blue trim down the side. Janisek off to Madison Walker, feeds Alex Saunders in the lane, no good. Rebound tipped around and controlled by the Seaside Seagulls in their traveling red jerseys with gray numerals and sort of a gray trim. And their starting lineup, we'll get it to you as we go along. And Aubrey Taylor has it right now, gets it off to the left wing. On top, trying to go to Lily Taylor, but the ball goes into the backcourt, and it's going to be touched by Taylor, and that is an over and back. I was going to say I didn't see any tip that time. It went just a straight pass into the backcourt by Aubrey Taylor, and Lily Taylor chased it down before it went out of bounds. And turnover to Banks with 7:20 to go, no score. Maggie Streblow has it in between the circles. Leaves it for Alex Saunders, back to Maggie, over to Jocelyn Janisek, goes cross-court, long up-court pass to Saunders, and she put it off the glass, no good. Rebound coming down to Seaside, back the other way. Lily Taylor running the show for the Seagulls, gets it off to Abby Nofield on the left wing, back to Lily Taylor, over to Nofield, swing it down in the corner to Isla Bowles. She drives inside a little bit, now gets it back out to Nofield, holds the ball high overhead, back to Knowles, in the corner, takes a dribble, stops, air ball. Rebound coming down to Madison Walker, Streblow controls it, dribbling the ball up the floor. Stops just above the three-point line off to Janisek, over to her, Madison Walker to her spot, hits off the side of the backboard, and the ball caroms down to Isla Bowles. Here come the Seagulls back the other way. That is Angelo Jolie. That's Diana Angelo Jolie. Threw up a shot, and we got a foul called. Our first foul comes at 6:20 to go in the opening quarter. 1:40 played, and our first foul is called against Banks. It's going to be called against Maggie Streblow, or Jocelyn Janisek, rather. Isla Bowles at the free throw line. First free throw on the way, and rim it off, no good. Still no score with 6:20 to go here in the opening quarter. Isla eyes the hoop, takes a couple of dribbles. Ball's in the air. It is off the front of the iron, no good, but the rebound, great job of offensive rebounding by Seaside, comes down to Lily Taylor, and Aubrey Taylor has it, and she is tied up. Great hustle by Maggie Streblow to get in there and tie her up. And the alternating possession favors Seaside after Banks got the ball to start the game, winning the opening tip. Abby Nofield gets the ball into Lily Taylor, holds the ball high overhead. Now passes over to Olsen, back to Taylor. Left wing, takes a left wing three, rim it off, no good. Rebound initially by Nia Johnson, and then she got a little tip from behind. It goes out of bounds. So Seaside will retain possession of the basketball. Isla Bowles will inbound it. Off to Angelo Jolie, over in the corner to Taylor, or Nofield, and it's off. Rebound coming down to Banks. Janisek will bring it up for the Banks Lady Braves. Too hard pass inside, intended for Alex Saunders. Just put a little too much mustard on that one, Trevor. First turnover for the Lady Braves here, and Seaside will get it, going back the other way. Lily Taylor leaves it for Nofield on the left wing, hounded by Maggie Streblow. Maggie staying right with her wherever she goes. Ball goes back in the corner to Lily Taylor. Over to Diana Angelo Jolie, and our first 2 points of the night comes by DAJ. It's 2-0 Seaside with 5:23 to go. Alex Saunders to Nia Johnson at the free throw line. She's hounded by Abby Nofield and lost the ball, but a foul's going to be called on Abby Nofield. First foul against Seaside. First team foul. Wholesale substitutions for Coach Brandon Begley and the Lady Braves. As Leonie Crowell's in, Madison Bigsby is in, McKenna King is in, Tyler Rose is in, and Katie Grossnickel. Bigsby has it. Now back out high to Crowell, goes cross court, trying to go cross court, bad pass, broken up by Lily Taylor. Here come the Seagulls. Lily is just going to hold it up and run the offense, hounded by Tyler Rose. Gets it off to Abby Nofield on the right side. She's hounded by Crowell. A little wraparound pass around her, stolen by Madison Bigsby. Comes down the other way. Defense comes back. Katie Grossnickel throws up a shot from the key. It's no good. Rim it off. Rebound ran down by McKenna King, but ball was tipped out of bounds by Seaside, and so Madison Bigsby will put the ball back in play for Banks. 4:42 to go. Seaside 2. Banks looking for their first points. Bigsby gets it into Grossnickel. Back to Madison. On top to Leonie Crowell in between the circles. Crowell terminates the dribble, tries to go inside. Ball stolen away. Abby Nofield controls it for Seaside, who leads it 2-0 with 4.5 minutes to play in the opening quarter. Angelo Jolie has it right side. Off to Abby Nofield. Nofield terminates her dribble, and when she did, she slid her pivot foot behind her, and that's a traveling violation and a turnover to Banks. Braves trying to get their first points of the night. Almost 4 minutes without a field goal. Katie Grossnickel thought about a three, now goes in. A little 19-footer, rim it up. 2 points for Katie Grossnickel off the bench, and we are tied at 2 with 4:06 to play. Here come the Seagulls. Again, Lily Taylor controlling the show for Seaside. Off to Abby Nofield, hounded by Leonie Crowell. Great defense, Leonie. Still all over her. Got to be close to 5 seconds. Now they get it off to Angelo Jolie on the right wing. She terminates her dribble, and Katie Grossnickel all over her. Gets it off to Lily Taylor, who drives inside, pulls up a little 18-footer, rim it off, no good. Rebound McKenna King, and here comes Banks. McKenna King going to take it all the way and leaves it for Katie Grossnickel. Little off-balance shot is no good. Rebound by King, goes back up, gets fouled, and McKenna King will have 2 free throws with 3.5 minutes to play in the opening quarter, trying to give Banks their first lead. Foul called against Abby Nofield, her second team foul for Seaside. And free throw woes continue for the Banks Lady Braves, something they're definitely going to have to clean up as we get ready for postseason. Second free throw on the way, rim it off. Rebound coming, bounced around, tipped around, and controlled by Tyler Rose. Katie Grossnickel, left wing three is short. Rebound coming down to Seaside. Still in a 2-2 tie with 3:19 to go. Lily Taylor working the ball against Tyler Rose. Now terminates her dribble, tries to go inside. It's stolen away for a moment and loose on the floor. A loose ball foul going to be called on McKenna King. No, it's going to be called on Seaside. Beg your pardon, it's not McKenna King. McKenna was down on the floor, and now we have some confusion on the court. Yeah, the foul is going to be called on Aubrey Taylor. Her first foul, third team foul on Seaside, and Banks has the ball. Leonie Crowell running the show for the Lady Braves. Off to Tyler Rose, right side. Now drives inside, bounce pass to Madison Bigsby, lost it, and it's still loose. Crowell comes up with it in the corner. She needs some help, gets it to, finds Grossnickel. Right wing, Katie going to drive inside, kick it off to Madison Bigsby in the left corner. Does a couple of shot fakes and gets it off back to Katie. Grossnickel between the circles, now off to Leonie Crowell. Right wing three on the way, short, rim it off, no good. Rebound comes back to Leonie, and she tries to go to Katie Grossnickel, and good job by Katie to run that down. She was kind of off the way from the pass. Gets it back to Leonie. Has it right side, now dribbles in between the circles. Pulls it up, goes out to Katie Grossnickel. Going to drive inside, and she traveled with a basketball. Turnover Banks, 2:23 to go, opening quarter. Braves 2, Seagulls 2. Like the idea of Coach Brandon Begley bringing in the second unit. He's trying to send a message to the starters, say, hey, if you're not going to be ready to play, then I'm going to get 5 in here who can play. And so far they're bringing the defense. Tyler Rose with the steal, right on cue. Going to drive inside all the way and trying to pass it. Bad pass, turnover back to Seaside. Going all the way is Lily Taylor. Looked like she traveled the basketball, but her shot was no good anyways. And Leah Martinez comes in during the last dead ball, and a shot no good. Rebound Madison Bigsby. Here come the Lady Braves. Still tied at 2. Bigsby has it right side. Back out to Crowley, and hits a long 2, a 19-footer. Her foot was on the line, Leonie Crowell, and gives the Banks Braves their first lead of the night with 1:35 to go. It's 4-2 Banks. Taylor has it for Seaside, off to Martinez. Leah Martinez back to Taylor in the right corner. Goes on top now to Maddie Olson. Olson gonna dribble it out, set up the offense for Seaside. Olsen still with the ball, now double teamed, and we have 5 seconds. Great defense by Leonie Crowell as she was not letting Maddie Olsen get out of her sight and forces the turnover. Great defense by Leonie Crowell. That is exactly why she's in the game, Trevor, because Coach Brandon Begley says, hey, I want 5 girls on this court that can play defense.
Yeah, very sloppy start to this game, especially for the Braves offensively.
Madison Bigsby has it right side, pulls up a 3. It's long. Rebound coming down to Lily Taylor. She's driving all the way for Seaside, all the way to the rack. Lay it up off the glass, no good. Rebound Katie Grossnickel, and she is fouled on the rebound. And the officials are going to get, I believe that's Aubrey Taylor that was draped all over her back. Yeah, Aubrey Taylor, her second personal foul, 14th foul on Seaside with 53 seconds to go. Katie Grossnickel comes out, and back in the game is Alex Saunders. Crowley has it, gives it to Katie Raines, who's checked in. Over to Madison Bigsby, right side, pulls up a little 14-footer, it's no good. Tyler Rose fighting for the rebound, and it's knocked out of bounds as had arms coming in behind her. Out of bounds, ball stays with the Lady Braves. They'll inbound it underneath their own basket. 36.1 seconds to go, opening quarter. Braves lead 4-2. Katie Raines to inbound it for the Lady Braves. Looking for someone to get it into. Finds Leonie Crowell. Lost it, gets it back, gets it over to Alex Saunders, drives inside. Now back out to Raines, lost it for a second, gets it back. Over to Leonie Crowell. Right wing, Leonie says set up the offense. Doing a little dribbling, almost too much dribbling. Now off to Madison Bigsby in between the circles. Going to drive inside, kick it out to Alex Saunders. Makes a move, goes up, blocked, rejected by the Seagulls. It was Lily Taylor who got the rejection. But then we get a tie-up and the alternating possession. Ball stays with Banks. 11.8 to go. Crowley to inbound, gets it to Saunders. Saunders goes inside to McKenna King, goes up, off the it hit every part of the rim, but rebound comes back down to King. McKenna goes up again, gets her own rebound, goes up, and can't get it in to go, and the quarter comes to an end with only 6 points on the scoreboard, and the Banks Lady Braves are leading it 4-2 here after 1 quarter of play. Back after this for the second quarter. You're listening to Banks Braves basketball presented by Jason Bonner Modeling. We'll be back after this from Andy McNabb Allstate.
It's Chris Recheck.
In times of financial uncertainty, how can you stay on track? Call on someone who's invested in your success. I'm Chris Recheck, your Forest Grove Edward Jones financial advisor. At Edward Jones, we believe in building a complete picture of your financial life, including your goals and passions, so we can help you work toward achieving what's most important to you. Call me at 503-359-4092 or visit edwardjones.com to get started today. Edward Jones, member SIPC.
Visit Main Street Pizza in Banks, located next to Jim's Market, for the best pizza in Washington County. From loaded hot baked subs to a Main Street special pizza piled high, we will satisfy your pizza cravings. We've been serving and supporting the Banks community since 1986. Open daily at 11 a.m. Call ahead now to place your order at 503-324-5600. 888-5858 or follow us on Facebook to see our daily lunch specials. Mention this radio ad and receive $2 off any Main Street pizza.
Alex Saunders with the steal as we start the second quarter, and she misses the lay-in. Alex Saunders, Katie Rains, McKenna King, Madison Bigsby, and Leonie Crowell, the starting five for the Banks Lady Braves to start the second quarter. Ball goes over to Alyssa Betts for Seaside. She lost it, gets it back, hounded by Rains. Ball goes inside to Isla Bow. She misses a shot in the lane, and Seaside gets another opportunity. It is Lily Taylor who rims it off, no good. Seaside gets it back. Taylor has it high overhead. Now going to drive inside, goes against McKenna King, but fourth opportunity for Seaside goes awry. Here come the Lady Braves. Madison Bigsby leaves it for Alex Saunders, tries to go back outside. The ball stolen away by Leah Martinez. 7:08 to go, second quarter, still 4-2 Braves. Maddie Olson has it up top, off to Alyssa Betts. Left side, back to Olson, back to Betts. Right wing, kick it inside for Lily Taylor, and she lays it up and in and scores. Lily Taylor with 2 points. It's 4-4. 6:46 to go, opening quarter. Nia Johnson getting set to check into the next dead ball for the Lady Braves. Ball loose on the court, and it's going to be won by McKenna King. Leaves it for Katie Rains, going to drive inside. She pulls up the right side, blocked by Lily Taylor. And Taylor controls. Pass ahead to Leah Martinez on the break against Leonie Crowell. Puts it up off the backboard and in. Leah Martinez and the Seaside Seagulls on a 4-0 run. They lead it 6-4 with under 6:20 to go here in the second quarter. Crowley has it right side off to Madison Bigsby. Thought about the three, pulls up a little 20-footer and good. Madison Bigsby. And we are tied with 6:07 to go. Suddenly, an offensive spurt here. 6-6, 6 minutes to go. Alyssa Betts has it left side for Seaside. Now bounces around the defense. Leah Martinez, bounce pass into Lily Taylor, goes inside, pulled up off glass. Lily Taylor is starting to feel it a little bit here for Seaside, and the Seagulls back in front, 8-6. Crowell has it to Bigsby, right side. Now going to put the ball on the floor, now terminate. Back to Crowell, back to Bigsby. In the right corner, three, ring it up. Madison Bigsby with a three. Boy, did Banks need that. That put him back in front, 9-8. But Banks really needs to go on a bit of a run here to get some separation. Betts has it way out high, off to Leah Martinez. Holds the ball on high, guarded by Katie Rains. Not letting her out of her sight. Back over to Maddie Olson. Over to Betts. Cross court now to Martinez. Almost lost it. Gets it back. Off to Olson. Goes in backcourt, and yeah, you bet that's a second backcourt violation of the night by the Seaside Seagulls. Trevor just not being aware of where the midcourt stripe is. So with under 5 to go, Banks has the ball, and they lead it by 1. Nia Johnson is back into the game, replacing Saunders. Maggie Streblow also in the game. Over to Jocelyn Janicek. Tees up a three from the right wing. You know it, baby. Jocelyn Janicek, red hot, and the lead is 4 for the Banks Lady Braves at 12-8. Back the other way we come. Betts has it off to Olson. In between the circles, off to Leah Martinez. Back to Olson. It was tipped by Katie Grossnickel. Katie using that 6'3 frame and those long arms to knock it away, and she comes up with the steal. Katie Grossnickel back the other way to Nia Johnson. Needed some help, tried to get it to Madison Walker, but dribbles off to the other side, dribbles off her foot, and the ball loose on the court. Jocelyn Janicek dives for it over there by Leah Martinez, but it goes out of bounds, and it's going to go. Ball's going to go to Seaside, and we're going to have a timeout as Coach Marla Olstead wants to talk about it. 4:18 to go in the second quarter. It's a full timeout. We'll take one as well. Banks 12, Seaside 8. We'll be back after this from Main Street Pizza.
Northside Rock Products in North Plains is where you can get gravel products directly from the quarry. They service contractors as well as homeowners. They can get rock straight from the quarry that's essential for paths, driveways, under concrete slabs and roads, as it packs and condenses well. Northside Rock Products offers a variety of quality crushed rock and fill material, as well as boulders and specialty rock. They offer trucks for hire for contractor work. Northside Rock Products can bring their mobile crusher to your jobs for on-site crushing and screening. Delivery is available. Get all you need at low winter rates. Northside Rock Products LLC on Northwest Dixie Mountain Road in North Plains. NorthsideRockProductsLLC.com.
North Plains Chamber of Commerce invites you to check out Oregon Coffee Roaster. Based in the Portland foothills, this wholesale roaster has decades of experience offering quality Arabica coffee and loose leaf tea to businesses. Whether you're a business customer interested in a bulk order of 10 pounds or more,
basketball, controlling it is Maddie Olson. Into the corner it goes to Isla Bowles, who's back in, and the ball's stolen away. Maggie Streblow comes up with it, looking ahead as she's dribbling up now, still looking right. Pulls up, leaves for Nia Johnson on the elbow. Back to Streblow. Over to Janicek. Right wing three on the way. Looked good. It's ribbon off. Back iron. And then it went up and hit the top of the backboard. And out of bounds. Nice look. Just a little bit too strong by Jocelyn. Under 4 minutes to go. 12-8 Banks. They're on a bit of a run. It's an 8-6 run here in the second quarter. Back the other way. Maddie Olson leaves it for Leah Martinez. Now going to go get some help in the right wing, and that is Betts. Off in the corner to Lily Taylor, going to drive baseline off the window. Lily Taylor. If memory serves, Lily Taylor was the leading scorer for Seaside back a couple weeks ago at Seaside in that 31-26 Banks victory. Back the other way we go. Maggie Streblow leaves it for Jocelyn Janicek. Tries to go inside for Madison Walker, off to Katie Grosnickel. Back to Walker, left corner. Little fake shot goes in, a little elbow jumper, no good. Off the low baseline, and the rebound coming back down to Seaside. It's 12-10 Banks, under 3 minutes to play before the end of the first half. Ball tipped into backcourt this time. Leah Martinez off to Maddie Olson. Back to Olson. Back in the corner now, over to Maddie Reggie. And into Lily Olson, or Lily Taylor, and she is tied up. So jump ball called, and possession arrow favors Banks. Jocelyn Janicek will inbound the ball to Maggie Streblow once we get substitutions, as substitution coming back in for Seaside is Abby Nofield. Streblow has it across the midcourt line. Looking right, goes over to Janicek, bounces it in the corner to Johnson. She's hit in the mouth. I think she bounced the ball and hit herself in the mouth. But it's a turnover, and Lily Taylor has it back the other way for Seaside. Over to Nofield. Down in the corner it goes to Bowles. Back to Nofield. Needs some help. Finds Leah Martinez on the right side. Martinez backs up. Ball tipped away by Tyler Rose. It's loose in backcourt and ran down by Abby Nofield. Tough break for Banks right there. Nofield has it. Double team pressure by Streblow and Rose, and Tyler trying to tie her up and steal it, but gets called for, was that a foul? Yeah. Or was it just out of bounds? No foul call, just possession goes to Seaside. Not sure what was called. I think it was tipped out of bounds or tied up. Taylor over to Martinez, back to Abby Nofield, into Taylor on the point, down low to Bowles, off the glass, off the backboard. Rebound comes back to Bowles, and a foul is going to be called on the arm. It was before the shot. Seaside will inbound underneath their own basket. Foul called on Tyler Rose, her first foul. Just the second team foul on Banks. 1:50 to go. Banks leading 12-10. Seaside inbounds the ball to Lily Taylor. Left wing down in the corner to Bowles. Back to wing Taylor. Taylor holds the ball high, guarded by Maggie Streblow. Streblow staying with her. Off to Isla Bowles. Over to Abby Nofield. Up top, ball tipped by Streblow. Ran down by Leah Martinez. Has it on the right side, guarded by Tyler Rose. And that defense forced Martinez to try and get the ball out of dodge over to no field, and she just threw it wherever she could and threw it out of bounds. Turnover back to Banks with 1:27 before the halftime. Jocelyn Janicek inbounds the ball to Maggie Streblow. Back to Jocelyn, right wing. Bounce pass inside to Madison Walker, puts up a little move and tries to go up. It looked like she was blocked. Seaside faithful to her left, wanting the block, but nope, she got fouled. She got the block, but she also got some of Madison's body as well, and so Madison Walker to the free throw line. You know, Trevor, if Seaside really knew, if they did their homework, they would know that, hey, it's not such a bad thing for Madison to go to the free throw line. But Madison makes the free throws. That ends a scoring drought by both sides, about 2+ minutes. Alex Saunders will check in when beckoned into the game by the officials. 13-10 is our score with 1:20 to play in the half. Second free throw coming up for Madison Walker. And it's off the front of the iron, no good, but rebound ran down by Nia Johnson, controlled by Tyler Rose, and a traveling violation against Tyler as she controlled the ball, but she was rolling over on her back as she did, and that's a travel. So now they allow the substitution. Seaside has it back the other way, down 3 with the ball. Millfield has it, guarded by Rose. Ball goes into Taylor, Lily Taylor. Over to Leah Martinez. She traveled, she took a step. I followed that. She was trying to go for the shot, but Trevor, you saw that, her right foot. She took that extra step.
Trying to set up for the jump shot.
And Brandon Begley wants to take a timeout with exactly 59.9 seconds left here in the first half. We'll take one as well. Banks 13, Seaside 10. Back after this from Oregon Coffee Roaster.
North Plains Chamber of Commerce invites you to check out Oregon Coffee Roaster. Based in the Portland foothills, this wholesale roaster has decades of experience offering quality Arabica coffee and loose leaf tea to businesses. Whether you're a business customer interested in a bulk order of 10 pounds or more, or a residential customer interested in smaller quantities, contact them today for your coffee needs. Call 503-647-5102 or visit their website, OregonCoffee.com.
Okay. Maggie Streblow and the Banks Braves ready to go to work for the final minute of the half. She gets it across the timeline to Tyler Rose, over to Streblow, to Bigsby, to Streblow, right wing 3, and steps into it. Maggie for 3, please. 16-10, Banks with their largest lead at 6. Back we come the other way. Seaside with the ball with Martinez. Up to Millfield, back to Martinez. Hounded by Alex Saunders. All over Martinez. Great work of defense. Gonna force another 5-second violation here pretty soon, and here it comes, and Brandon Beckley called it. I'll say Brandon called that one because he was right there and said, hey, 5 seconds, and there it was, another 5-second violation. This is Brandon Beckley ball right here, defense. Bigsby has it for Banks, off to Streblow. Streblow looking to right side, off to Tyler Rose from the wing, gonna drive inside, throws it up, no good. Rebound coming down to Alex Saunders, no good off the window. Rebound to Lily Taylor, and here come the Seagulls with under 5 seconds to play. And throws up a long, huge desperation shot, like Dame range, but draws nothing but air. Halftime here at Banks High School, and a little bit of life here at the hometown Lady Braves as they have their largest lead of the night here as we go to the halftime locker room. It's Banks 16, Seaside 10. We'll take a 2-minute break and be back with some first half numbers and our thoughts. Coming up after this, you're listening to Banks Basketball presented by Jason Bond Remodeling.
Scoggins Creek Coffee is proud to offer delicious hot drinks and delectable breakfast items too. Visit their 2 locations in Gaston and Yamhill Carlton. Open 7 days a week, Mondays through Saturdays until 5 and Sundays until 3. Make sure to ask about their weekly specials and visit their Facebook page. Scoggins Creek Coffee, 503-985-3483.
Specialty Screen Printing in Yamhill offers your business the creativity and expertise to print your logo on a variety of items. Owners Ken and Linda Johnson have 40 years of experience on industrial parts and every type of material, including ceramic tile. Their fast service can have your project done in less than a week. Visit their website, specialtyscreenprinting.com, to see for yourself how they can help you boost your company's marketing and industrial screen printing needs. Call 971-998-9274 or visit their website, specialtyscreenprinting.com.
North Plains Chamber of Commerce invites you to Tenante's Pizza and Subs. Try one of the many specialty pizzas like the Mama Supremo or a delicious torpedo sub sandwich. Mention Westside Greatest Hits and save 10% off your order. Tenante's Pizza and Subs at the corner of Glencoe and Pacific in North Plains. Open 11 to 8:30 Monday through Saturday and Sunday 3 to 8 for carry-out and delivery. Visit their website, Tenante'sPizzaAndSubs.com, or call 503-647-5761.
The Army National Guard plays a vital role in your community. We're on the front lines supporting essential personnel, first responders, law enforcement, and medical professionals, delivering food, supplies, and medicine, keeping communities safe, making a difference. During emergencies, we're always ready, always there. Learn more about part-time service in the Army National Guard at NationalGuard.com.
Sponsored by the Oregon Army National Guard, aired by the Oregon Association of Broadcasters and this station.
Halftime here at Banks High School. Kawapa League girls basketball in the 4A ranks of the Oregon School Activities Association. Jonathan Lee alongside Trevor Beard, where the Banks Lady Braves leading the Seaside Seagulls 16-10. Trevor, it was a sloppy start to this game, pretty much sloppy throughout the half, but Banks finally figuring some things out, outscoring Seaside 12-8 in that second quarter.
Yeah, 4-2. The score after the first quarter. I think Brandon Bagley was not happy with the way his starters were finishing to start the game. A lot of missed layups at the rim again. Banks could very easily be up at least double digits with the number of layups they missed early in the game. He got the bench players in the second half of the first quarter, started the second quarter with the bench players, and again the energy from players like Maddie Bigsby and Katie Grossnickel hit a big three. I think that kind of got the rest of the team and the starters, once they got back in the game, that kind of woke them up a little bit, realizing, hey, if we're not on our game, we're going to wind up sitting. And they were able to pick up the offense a little bit more in the second quarter. But Seaside with Lily Taylor and her size, she's still having the same kind of performance she did last time these two teams played over on the coast, and I expect more out of her in the second half, but definitely not the type of game that we thought we would see at home, at least early. Thought it would be a much bigger lead than this at halftime.
Yeah, with Lily Taylor at 5'9", and you got Nia Johnson at 5'10", and Madison Walker at 5'10". It'll be interesting to see how Brandon plays the chess match and see if he slides Madison Walker over there a little bit or Nia Johnson to kind of help slow that down. I think that's kind of why Katie Grossnickel is out there a little bit with her 6'3" length, as Lily Taylor likes to run the point kind of more of a high post for Astoria, and so bringing Katie out there, hoping that her length. So to be a fly in the locker room would be, or in the meeting room there at halftime, would be an understatement to hear what Brandon Begley has to tell the troops. But of course, Brandon also not in the best of news right now. Are just stepping aside, there's bigger things in basketball, and the Begley family just dealing with a lot. Brandon posting a note about his wife who went into labor early. Just some complications with the pregnancy. So our thoughts and prayers go out to the Begley family. If you could also say a prayer and lift up the Banks girls basketball family and Brandon Begley and his wife. Her name escapes me now. Lauren? Is it Lauren? Lauren Begley? Yeah. Brandon and Lauren Begley, and just so a lot been on Brandon's mind over the last few days or so. So our thoughts and prayers go with that. Halftime here at Banks High School. Again, it's 16-10. We'll step aside, take another break as we get ready for second half action, and we'll talk more about this first half when we come back. You're listening to Banks Basketball, presented by Jason Bond Remodeling.
Thinking about updating your kitchen or bath? James Bond Remodeling has over 20 years experience fabricating and installing stone countertops and can upgrade your home with the countertops of your dreams without the dreamy price tag. They pride themselves on quality and customer satisfaction. They offer stone countertop fabrication and installation and cabinet installation services. They'll do their best to beat any bid by 10%. Based locally in Washington County, they'll do jobs in most Portland metro locations. Call 503-753-9993 or email jasonbondremodeling@gmail.com. Jason Bond Remodeling, Oregon CCB number 227733.
Jim's Market in Banks is an institution serving the community for generations. They're actively involved in events and athletics from the youth league to high school level. Let them serve you with their locally grown fresh produce, fresh bakery items, including custom cakes, and quick hot food from their in-store deli. Jim's Market, conveniently located at the south entrance to Banks.
Thinking about buying or selling a home? Sarah Hesselman, Realtor with Keller Williams Realty, will help you with your real estate needs. Call 503-313-0748 or email Sarah at sarahhesselman.com. Serving your community daily and proud to support the starting lineup of your Banks Braves. Sarah Hesselman, Realtor with Keller Williams Realty. Call 503-313-0748.
Rankings are important numbers in determining Oregon high school playoffs. So are rankings when choosing a lender to help you with purchasing or refinancing your home. Our local community home loan expert, Christy Van Meter at Caliber Home Loans, is ready to help you win the day. Call Christy today for all of your home loan needs at 503-327-5302 or caliberhomeloans.com/kvanmeter. Christy Van Meter, NMLS number 1700271, state licensed in Oregon, an equal housing lender. All products are subject to credit and property approval.
You could save hundreds of dollars by moving.
Proud to broadcast high school
Left to go here before halftime, but that's probably going to be wiped off the board as both teams are in their respective huddles as we get set for the second half. The Banks Lady Braves leading the Seaside Seagulls 16-10 as we start the second half. And looks like the starting five for the second half for your Banks Lady Braves will be the same. Nia Johnson back out there, Madison Walker. They are your post. The guards, Maggie Streblo, Alex Saunders, and Jocelyn Janisek. JJ hit a big three in the second quarter. Part of that big run that really got Banks back out on top. And a little bit of separation. I'm looking for Banks to really clamp down as they have defensively and start scoring a little bit here and really kind of put some separation here to start the third quarter. Alex Saunders has it. Braves go left to right, and Saunders pulls up. Little 12-footer. That's a great start as Alex hits it, and the Braves do extend their lead to 8, 18-10. Love to see that, Trevor. Back the other way, Lily Taylor guarded by Saunders. She is one of the best defenders for the Braves, if not the best defender. Taylor has it off to Angulo Jolie. Now off to Taylor, over to Nofield. Back to Taylor, going to drive inside, met right there by Streblo. Gets it off to Nofield. Back to Taylor, out high. Back to Nofield. Braves doing a great job of filling the paint right now. Just a little two-person game of catch right now between Abby Nofield and Lily Taylor, who has the ball. Back over to Nofield. Guarded by Saunders. Off in the corner now it goes, and now trying to go back up top, lost it. Taylor gets it back, going to go to the left side, going to try to drive. Madison Walker denies her the lane. Off to Angelo Jolie, no good. Rebound tipped around and controlled by Jocelyn Janasek. Janasek brings it up, tells the Braves to get down. Pulls up, goes off to Maggie. Inside it goes to Madison Walker, off the glass, in up every part of the rim, and drops down for Madison's first field goal, and the Braves off to a 4-0 start here in the third quarter, up to a 10-point lead. I don't think they ever had a double-digit lead at Seaside. Ball stolen away by Alex Saunders. Here we go, one on Nofield, and pulls up, no good. Rebound comes down to Nofield, or the loose ball controlled by Nofield. And gives it up to Lily Taylor back the other way. Saunders guarding her at the point of that defense. The 2-3 matchup zone for the Banks Lady Braves. Down in the corner it goes to Taylor, guarded by Janasek and Saunders. Great two there. Ball stolen away by Streblo and tipped around and controlled by Nofield. Braves doing a great job of stealing the ball, but they're just not finishing it. They need to control the ball after they steal it. Taylor has it, pulls up, a little 14-footer is no good. Rebound coming down to Nofield. Free throw line jumper is no good. Rebound coming down to Maggie Streblo. Aggressive for the rebound. That's what I like to see. Off to Nia Johnson, right side, looking ahead. Now pulls up, back to Streblo. Thought about the three, gonna go in the corner to Janasek. Three-pointer, rimming off, no good. Rebound coming down to Aubrey Taylor, but she stepped out of bounds. Great call by the officials as Taylor was, her feet were on the line, toeing the line, as they say. Trevor on a 4-0 run here for the Lady Braves.
Yeah, starters came out ready to play in the second half, and a little bit on fire, good ball movement.
Three-pointer on the way for Janasek. Ring it up, Jocelyn Janasek. Her second three of the game, 6 points, and the lead up to 13 for the Lady Braves. Timeout called by Marla Olstead, as she is just enraged and needs to talk some things over. 23-10 our score. Banks Lady Braves lead it by 13 with 5:16 to go. We'll be back after this from Wana Credit Union.
You could save hundreds of dollars by moving another loan over to Wana Credit Union. Receive cash or make no payments for 90 days. Get started by visiting wana.fcu.org. Terms and conditions apply. Federally insured by the NCUA.
.5:16 to go here in the third quarter. The Banks Lady Braves lead it 23-10. Seaside will inbound the ball just down in front of us. At the ball, Abby Nofield has it on the right wing, guarded by Saunders. Hounded by Saunders and Walker, close to 5 seconds, and gets the ball off to Bowles. Now goes back to Aubrey Taylor. Over to Lily Taylor. Holds the ball high overhead, guarded by Saunders. Gets it cross court to Nofield, guarded by Streblo. Nofield going to put the ball on the floor, trying to find a way past Streblo. Good luck. And now she terminates her dribble. That's a mistake. Gets it off to Lily Taylor. Going to drive to the right side. Splits the defense. Goes up, throws it up. A wild shot. Rebound comes down to Nia Johnson. Here come the Lady Braves. Nia ahead to Madison Walker. A little too strong for her, and it leads her out of bounds. And it's a turnover for the Lady Braves. Their first turnover of the half. But they still are on a 7-0 run here to start the third quarter, up by 13 at 23-10. Lily Taylor gets it across the timeline for Seaside. Leaves the ball. Oh, a traveling called by Diana Angelo Jolie, but not called. And now we get a foul the other way as Jocelyn Janisek trying for the steal against Lily Taylor. And the officials do see that one. And that's going to be I believe the first foul on Jocelyn. 3 substitutions coming in for Coach Brandon Begley. Madison Bigsby back on the floor along with Katie Grossnickel and McKenna King. Seagulls put the ball back in play. As Nofield has it, little dribbling exposition against McKenna King, and now she terminated her dribble. Now the ball goes inside to Aubrey Taylor. Rebound tip and controlled by the Braves. Nia Johnson brings the ball up for Banks. Looking on the right side, lost the ball, gets it back. Tripping that ball a little too high. Madison Bigsby has it left side. Now looking for somebody, gets it inside to Nia Johnson. Goes up strong and now pass the ball off of Taylor and controlled by Jocelyn Janisek. Janisek leaves it for Grossnickel. Grossnickel pulls up over to Janisek. Right corner, no good. Long this time. Rebound ran down by Madison Bigsby. Bigsby goes baseline. Throws it inside to Nia Johnson. Ball stolen away by Seaside. Here come the Seagulls and Lily Taylor. Going to drive all the way into the key. Now back it out on hot to Angelo Jolie. Back to Taylor. Taylor going to drive inside now. Pull up, little floater, no good. Rebound, long rebound, ran down by Madison Bigsby. She hits the deck, and the ball goes out of bounds, but it looks like Madison will be okay. That's kind of the same way that Haley Evans hit the deck against Valley Catholic when she rolled into the edge of the bleachers there and it wound up hurting her elbow. Love to see the effort and the hustle, but do be careful when you do it. Jocelyn has it, pulls up. Now on top, over to Bigsby. Left wing, back to Jocelyn. Wide open three from the right wing. Rim around. It went around the rim, and rim didn't want it. Rebound coming down to Seaside. Lily Taylor. Over to Lila Martinez. Leah Martinez back to Taylor. Has it on the right wing. Leaves it for Martinez. Left wing. Down the corner it goes to Martinez. Going to go baseline. Throws it up. No good. Rebound tipped out of bounds by Banks. And so Seaside retains possession of the basketball. Leonie Crowell checking in for Banks, replacing Jocelyn Janisek. Crowell is out there. McKenna King, Madison Bigsby. Ball goes high now for Seaside. Lily Taylor has it on the right wing. Double teamed. Ball tipped by McKenna King and controlled by Leonie Crowell. Here come the Lady Braves the other way. Crowell stops her shot off to Madison Bigsby. Free throw line. Goes off to Nia Johnson inside. Hounded inside. Leaves for Kitty Grossnickel the high post. Off to Nia Johnson. Three-pointer on the way. Right side. Banks it in! The Water Credit Union Bank is open on Tuesday night. Three-pointer for Nia Johnson. And her first points of the game. The lead is 16 for Banks. With 2 minutes to go. Bigsby going for the steal. Seaside has it. Abby Nofield airballs it from the right corner. And the ball tipped out of bounds, they say, by Banks. So Seaside will retain possession of the basketball with 1:57 left to play in the third quarter as Madison Walker checks in for Nia Johnson, who just banked a three from the right side. Lily Taylor inbounds the ball for Seaside, gets it into Leah Martinez, guarded by King. On top it goes to Maddie Olson. Olson again hounded by King. Off to Martinez. Some great defense being employed by Leonie Crowell and McKenna King. Ball goes over to Taylor. Right wing three won't go. Rebound coming down to the Braves and out of bounds off of Madison Bigsby. Good hustle by Madison, but again, they're allowing themselves to be tied up with the basketball. And that was a direct result there. But still, almost 7 minutes played, and Seaside is yet to score in the third quarter. Still haven't scored, and Madison Walker fighting for the rebound, hits the deck, and they are going to call the foul onto Aubrey Taylor. Aubrey Taylor picks her third foul of this game, and Coach Marla Oldstedt not liking it, or calls out a play. The only crowd running the show now for Banks up top in between the circles. Goes down the corner to Madison Walker. A little too high, but Madison brought it in. Off to Crowell. Going to go right side. Almost lost the ball. Gets it back. Grossnickel Goes inside to Madison Walker, and a jump ball is going to be called as Madison was driving in. She again did that bounce dribble that I hate so much, and so many coaches I know hate that as well, that bounce dribble, and it's almost certain that you're going to tie somebody up when you do that bounce dribble. That's why you don't do it. So turnover the other way to Seaside. Leah Martinez has it. Leaves it for Maddie Olson up top. Going to take a three-pointer top of the key. No good. Rebound comes down. Hits off the floor, and I think it hit off of the foot of Aubrey Taylor and went out of bounds. 56.1 seconds to play. Banks has scored 10 points in this third quarter. Seaside, nada. It's a 10-zip run and a 26-10 Banks lead. Crowell has it across the midcourt line for Banks. Working the pressure against Maddie Olson. Crowell has it now right side, pulls up her dribble, goes inside to Madison Walker, tries to go up, but is blocked by Nofield. Don't see that every day. And here comes Seaside back the other way. Leah Martinez lost it, gets it back, and leaves it for Maddie Olson. Back to Martinez, left wing. Guarded by McKenna King. McKenna going for the steal. Bounce pass inside. It's stolen away by Madison Bigsby. Here come the Braves. A 2-on-1 with Crowell if they hurry. And Madison going to take it all the way herself. Takes it to the rack and gets fouled with 20.2 seconds to go. And a chance to add to the lead. But, chance to add to the lead. And did we just get a technical foul? I think a technical foul has been called. Yes, a technical foul has been called. I think it was against... It was called on Seaside. I think it was called on Marla Olstead over here to our left. So a technical foul called on Seaside. So we've got fouls from the free throws. Shot right now by Madison Bigsby. And the first free throw is good. Madison with her 4th point of the night and first free throw. Her 2nd free throw of the night coming up to give the Braves an 18-point lead. And hit off the front of the iron and bounced out. 1 of 2. Now for the technical free throws. So 2 free throws and Banks will get the ball. So this could be a 5 or 6 point possession. First free throw shot by Katie Grossnickel is rim it off. It's just a free timeout is what it is for Seaside. They get all this time to talk about it, and Banks can't make them pay from the free throw line. 2nd free throw on the way. It's good. So 1 out of 2 for Katie Grossnickel. She's got 3 points tonight. So 2 points there, plus they get the ball. So this could be potentially a 4 or 5 point possession for the Banks Lady Braves. 4 with a 2 or a 5 with a 3. And now we got a timeout called by Coach Brandon Begley. It's a 30-second timeout. We'll break away as well. 20.2 to go. Banks firmly in control. 28-10 over the Seaside Seagulls. We'll be back after this. You're listening to Banks Braves Basketball presented by Jason Bond Remodeling.
Proudly serving our neighbors in Washington County since 1946, LaHaye's is your destination for locally made Letterman's jackets, custom embroidery for business apparel or a unique gift, and scouting uniforms and supplies. LaHaye's is on the corner of 3rd and Main in historic downtown Hillsborough. Open Wednesday through Friday, 10 to 6, Saturday, 10 to 4, and anytime online at lahayes.com or call us at 503-648-2341.
28-10 is our score with 20.2 seconds to go. And we've got a little issue at the scorers table. The officials going over things with the official book. Shout out to Mrs. Mahler down there, who is the scorekeeper for the Banks Lady Braves and is the home book tonight. Looks like things are all set, I think. Yep, all good to go with the clock and the book, and we are ready to resume play. McKenna King into Leonie Crowell. Banks will likely play for the last shot. Tyler Rose has it now in between the circles off to Katie Grossnickel. Looks like she got poked in the eye when she got the ball. And now a steal coming up. Another turnover, but stolen right back by Banks with 6 seconds. They got to hurry. Crowell has it in backcourt, bringing it up against Martinez. And going to heave it home from just inside the half-court line. and it falls short. 3 quarters in the books here at Banks High School. The Banks Lady Braves shut out the Seaside Seagulls in the third quarter. They lead it 28-10 in firm control. Fourth quarter coming up after we do a little business from Terry Powell, American Family Insurance.
At American Family Insurance, protecting farms is at the heart of what we do. After all, it's where we got our start more than 90 years ago. We understand it's more than a farm, it's your life. And that's why we offer customizable policies that protect what you've worked for. Let's build the policy your farm deserves.
Call American Family Agent Terry Powell in Gaston, 503-521-8842.
American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
American Family Insurance.
Banks Post newspaper is the official news provider of West Side's greatest hits. Listen hourly for West Side news from the Banks Post newsroom. Banks Post newspaper covers Banks, Manning, Buxton, Roy, and surrounding western Washington County communities. If you'd like more information on the Banks Post or want to pick up a copy, visit a local business today. You can also visit their website at bankspost.com or their Facebook page, Banks Post.
Start of the fourth quarter here at Banks High School. The Lady Braves going left to right, and they will get the ball to start the quarter. Maggie Streblow calling out the directions. Leaves it for Nia Walker. Nia Johnson is back in, and Jocelyn Janicek, a right corner three is no good. Rebound ran down by Tyler Rose. Tried to save it before going out of bounds, but was unsuccessful in doing that. So it's another turnover for the Braves with 7:45 left to go in the game. And they lead it by a few touchdowns, 28-10. Almost like the score in football between these two schools this past fall. Here we go. Angelo Jolie has it for Seaside. Now gives it off to Lydia Klumper, who's checked in, and ball tipped around and controlled by Alex Saunders. It's a turnover by Seaside and another takeaway for Banks. As bringing it across is Maggie Streblow to run the offense. Looking for somebody to move and react. Now terminates your dribble off to Alex Saunders, left wing. Holds the ball high overhead. Alex looking for someone to get it to. Now going to put the ball on the deck and leaves it for Maggie Streblow. Bounce it pass inside, trying to go to Saunders, stolen away by Lily Taylor. And Taylor gets it back as she crosses the midcourt line. Now going to go right down the middle, lickety-brindle as they say. Throws up a shot off the window, no good. Rebound coming down to Seaside in the corner, and a bank shot in by Isla Bowles. Kind of banked out around the defense, and Isla Bowles scores her first 2 of the game. 28-12. First 2 points for Seaside in a long time. Alex Saunders has it up top, going to go inside to Nia Johnson. Turnaround in the lane. Ooh, basket wouldn't want it. Rebound coming down to Seaside. Bowles controlled it. Off to Lily Taylor. Taylor walks the ball up. Seaside down by 16, 28-12. She is hounded by Tyler Rose. Now going to drive inside, pulls up free throw line, give it off to Lydia Klumper. Goes inside, score it. Lydia Klumper. And little scoring surge here for Seaside the way this game is going. Now the lead is down to 2 touchdowns, 28-14. Maggie Streblow has it. Terminates a dribble on the left wing. Looking for someone to get it to. Gets help from Saunders. Going to go all the way down the middle, and the basket wouldn't have it again. Oh my goodness, another missed lay-in, another chance to really salt this game away. Here we go, back the other way. And now we have a warning against Coach Brandon Begley. He was doing a little jawing with the official, and official is not having any more of it. Just gave Coach Begley his last warning. Brandon is not in any kind of mood as of late. And he's not shy about telling the officials what he thinks about a call. Back the other way it comes as we return to action. The ball goes inside for Maddie Reggie, and And it looked like Coach Olmstead wants to get in the action as well as the ball goes to her. She does a little bit of dribbling exhibition. And it's a turnover by Seaside. Banks will get the ball back with 5:16 to go. Jocelyn Janisek to inbound it for the Lady Braves in backcourt. Gets it in high to Maggie Streblow. Hands off. Streblow going to go all the way inside. Bounce pass for Madison Walker. Off the glass and in. Madison Walker's been quiet tonight, but she scores there, and the lead is 30-14. With 5 minutes to go. Just under 5 minutes now here in the game. Back the other way we go. Lydia Klumper on top to Lily. Now gets it over to Maggie Goen, who's checked in. Now off to Lily Taylor. It's no good. Rebound to Janisek. Jostled, looking up. Reverses her dribble to the right side. Guarded by Angelo Yoli. Hounded up top. And now the exchange to Maggie Streblow. Going back the other way. Bounce pass inside to Alex Saunders, who throws it up off glass. And the Lady Braves extend their lead to 18. 32-14 with 4:20 to go. Lily Taylor brings it up. Now passes over to Klumper. Back to Taylor. Guarded by Saunders. Taylor going to drive inside. Going to take it all the way to the basket. Throws it up. No good, but a foul is called. And I believe they're going to get Madison Walker or Nia Johnson. Looks like Nia Johnson. Both were right there in the vicinity. But Madison was just standing there with her hands on her hips. So, I mean, they would have called that on Madison. I would have come unglued. I would have got all Mike Rice there. But no, it's Nia Johnson, her first foul. Free throws for Lily Taylor. And it goes around and off. That is the first free throw of this game attempted by, no, it's the third free throw. First field goal of the second half by the Seagulls. They are 0 for 3 from the line. Second free throw on the way is good. I think that's what you call a broadcaster jinx in reverse. Jinxed it in. 32-15. Maggie Streblow coming the other way. Bounce pass inside to Nia Johnson. Scores it off glass. Love the aggressiveness now. Where has this been all game? Nia Johnson with her 5th point and the lead up to 19. With under 4 minutes to go. Back the other way. Klumper has it. And stolen away. The pass trying to go back to Taylor. Stolen away by Madison Saunders. She goes up and it's rejected, but Madison Bigsby with the rebound. Another rebound. Another chance for Banks. Streblow has it up high. Says, let's calm down. Off to Madison Bigsby. Going to drive inside. Baseline goes up, and she is fouled on her way to the rack. And Madison Bigsby, she hit the deck hard, but she is tough. And she will get 2 free throws with 3:33 to play. A chance to give the Braves a 20-point lead. Trevor, I don't think we're going to see a 20-point lead in the next game.
No.
And it is a 20-point lead. Madison Bigsby. 2 out of 3 from the line tonight. She's got 5 points for the Lady Braves. Looks like Leonie Crowd checks back in for the Lady Braves, as does Katie Gross-Nichols. Second free throw on the way from Madison Bigsby. And it's off. And a lane violation. I think we got a lane violation, so give her another opportunity. Wave off the attempt. It never happened. One of the Seagulls gets jumped in the lane too early. So the Braves have a chance to push the lead to 3 touchdowns. And they do so. Madison Bigsby with 7 points in the game now. 36-15. Ball goes inside to Reggie. Now back outside to Klumper. Going to drive to the baseline and throw it away. Throw it right to Tyler Rose. She's got to run out the other way. Ball tipped from behind by Maddie Olson. And it goes out of bounds. But Banks will set things up with 3:15 to go underneath their own basket. They get it inside to Bigsby. 3-pointer in the corner. Looked good off the rim. No good. Rebound tipped around. Controlled by Tyler Rose. Goes up. And I was going to say, how is there no foul on that? But it was a delayed whistle. And that's actually what you're taught to do, right? Is to wait for the play to happen, review it in your mind, and then call the whistle. Foul is called on Lydia Klumper. Her first 7th team foul on Seaside, just 2 team fouls on Banks. Tyler Rose drains the free throw. Tyler, her first points of the night on her first free throw. I think that might be the first free throw of the season for Tyler Rose. Second free throw on the way after she gets it from the official, which she does. Free throw on the way. It's good. Perfect. 2 out of 2 at the line for Tyler Rose. It's 38-15. Braves by 23 with about coming up on 3 minutes to go in the game. Back the other way to Klumper. And ball stolen away by Tyler Rose, and she's got to run out again. Tyler going to go up the glass and in. Tyler Rose, count it. And the lead is 40-15. It's a 25-point Lady Braves lead. Playing that Brandon Begley defense now. And the ball goes the other way to Goen. Now to Angelo Jolie, and stolen out of the air by Madison Bigsby. Roll loose on the floor. Seaside comes up with it. Maddie Olson, bounce pass, it goes to Jolie. Now kick it out to Goen for a 3. Air ball, and it goes out of bounds. Nice job by, right there by Leonie Crowell, Trevor, to just back everybody out and say, no, don't touch it, don't touch it. Great communication by Leonie. And it goes out of bounds to Seaside with 2:22 to go in the game. Crowell brings it up. Leonie Crowell running the point guard now. It's all the bench players now for Banks. And that's what it should be, up by 25. Inside it goes to Katie Grossnickel. Nice little move, crossover move, and tried to save it going out of bounds, but I don't think she was successful in doing that. Nope, turnover. Nice hustle, though, by Katie. It's a great little move, little crossover move in the lane, but couldn't finish. Klumper has it back the other way. Ball goes inside to Reg. And back outside to Maddie Olson, right wing, who has it for Seaside, going right to left. Hounded by Tyler Rose, and I mean hounded. Tyler Rose is all over her, and a foul is called. They're going to get Tyler Rose, but she was going for a block. I don't agree with this because I was watching the play, and she never touched her, not even with the body. So that's kind of a phantom foul, as it's called, a phantom foul. Actually, I think it's a pity foul. It's a pity call is what it is. It's a pity call. Maddie Olson's free throw is no good. That's poetic justice because that was a phantom foul, pity foul. Alyssa Betts trying to check in for Seaside. Got to wait her turn. Second free throw on the way. It's no good. And they're giving her free throws. She's saying she was fouled shooting a 3. Not buying that, but okay. Third free throw on the way, and no. Can't even hit 3 pity free throws. So back the other way we go. Katie Grossnickel going to go all the way to the rack, and she is bumped on her way to the rack, and Katie Grossnickel will go to the free throw line with 1:40 to go. Well, our second game for the boys was scheduled to tip at 7:30, but Trevor, it's 7:24. That game ain't going to tip at 7:30. So if you're expecting that over on the other feed, give it about 15 minutes. Katie Grossnickel's free throw is good. Katie, 2 out of 3 from the line tonight. She's got 4 points in the game, and it's 41-15 Banks. Seaside has only scored 5 points this second half. Second free throw, back iron and off, no good. Another 1 out of 2, but another steal by Banks in backcourt. Crowell has it, left side. Cross court to Katie Grossnickel. Does a little ball fake, goes inside, and throws up an air ball. But it's tipped out of bounds by a Siegel, and Banks retains possession of the ball. And nobody knew that. Everybody was acting like Seaside was going to get the ball, but officials say no, it stays here. Grossnickel has it inside to Crowell. Pulls up a little 12-footer and hits it. Leonie Crowell. Everybody scores. You get a bucket. You get a bucket. Leonie with her 4th point of the night. It's 43-15. Bounce pass back the other way. Over to Goen. Holds the ball high overhead. Guarded by Katie Grossnickel. There's a mismatch, Trevor. Maggie Goen is 5'4". Katie's 6'3". The mismatch of mismatches. Gets the ball in as Betts. And the ball stolen away, ripped away by Tyler Rose. That's like Tyler's 4th steal already this quarter. She's going to go all the way, no good. Rebound, Katie Raines back up, no good. deflected from behind, and Seaside controls. Maddie Olson bringing it up for the Seagulls. Hounded by Tyler Rose. Leaves it for Maggie Goen. Ball inside, stolen by Kitty Grossnickel, almost near steal, but Seaside gets it back. In the corner, it is Reggie, and the ball stolen away by McKenna King. Gets it ahead to Tyler Rose in the front court. Tyler settles down, and we're going to have a timeout called by Coach Brandon Begley. This is just to do a little, the game, this is, you never stop coaching, never stop teaching. It's a full timeout. It's a teachable moment. We'll take one as well. Timeout on the floor. You're listening to Banks Lady Braves basketball, presented by Jason Bond Remodeling. Back after this from Andy McNabb, Allstate.
Amy Downs.
Have you ever wanted to explore the option of purchasing a home or refinancing your current home to lower your interest rate or get cash back for debt consolidation? I'm Amy Downs, a Senior Loan Officer with Diamond Residential Mortgage Corporation, and I pride myself on working with complete transparency, honesty, and integrity throughout the loan process and beyond. Call me at 360-513-6808 today. NMLS 1583279. Licensed loan originator in Oregon, Washington, Tennessee, Texas, and Arizona.
Diamond Residential Mortgage Corporation is an equal housing opportunity lender. NMLS number 186805. Licensed by the Oregon Division of Financial Regulation under the Oregon Mortgage Lending License number ML-5206. All rates, fees, and loan terms are subject to formal loan applications, credit risk appraisal, evaluation, and other lending criteria. Programs, rates, terms, and conditions are subject to change without notice.
Final 32 seconds here at Banks High School. Katie Rains to inbound to Leonie Crowell. Has it on the right side, pulls up her dribble, leaves it for Sydney Mahler for three. It's off. Sydney Mahler checks in for the first time this season, the senior. She gets it back to Crowell, over to Mahler. A long Dame Rains three is off the back of the iron. This place would have went berserk if she would have nailed that. Seaside has it coming back the other way, under 10 seconds to play. And hounded defense now, ball knocked out of bounds by Katie Rains. Seaside will put it back in play with under 5 seconds to go, trailing by 28 points. 43-15. Yeah, if you blink. And Sydney Mahler comes off the floor to a rousing ovation. Great story. Had surgery in her knee a couple of years ago and in for the first time this season. A three-pointer on the way by the Seaside as Lydia Klumper hits it. And at the end of the horn, and that's it, but it's too little too late for Seaside. Our final score tonight, the Banks Lady Braves roll by 25. Banks 43, Seaside Seagulls 18. A quick post-game wrap-up coming up on the other side. After we do a little business with you, this is Banks Lady Braves basketball presented by Jason Bond Remodeling. 60.
Andy McNabb Allstate in North Plains is your local Allstate agent. Located at 10120 Northwest Glencoe, across from Subway. She has 20 years of Allstate experience providing auto, home, renters, life, and other insurance products. Get a quote and receive a $10 gift card. Andy McNabb Allstate. Call 503-433-5030. That's 503-433-5030.
In times of financial uncertainty, how can you stay on track? Call on someone who's invested in your success. I'm Chris Recheck, your Forest Grove Edward Jones financial advisor. At Edward Jones, we believe in building a complete picture of your financial life, including your goals and passions, so we can help you work toward achieving what's most important to you. Call me at 503-359-4092 or visit edwardjones.com to get started today. Edward Jones, member SIPC.
And we're back here at Banks High School where the Banks Lady Braves are victorious over the Seaside Seagulls 43-18. ends up being a 25-point win as Banks only led this game 16-10 at halftime and 4-2, but really went on a fury there in the second half. Turned it up defensively. Defense leads to offense, and it was a very balanced attack in this ball game. As your leading scorers are the Madisons. Madison Bigsby was 7. Madison Walker was 7. Jocelyn Janicek had a couple of three-pointers for 6 points. Katie Grosnickel, 4 points. Tyler Rose, 4 points. 2 out of 2 from the free throw line. Alex Saunders had 4 points. Leonie Crowell had 4 points. Just great to see this team effort. Even Sydney Mahler got into the game there late in the fourth quarter. Good to see Sydney get in there and play. And Lily Taylor had 6 points at halftime to lead Seaside. Trevor, she only had 1 point in the second half. Much better job defensively. 1 through 10 for this Banks Lady Braves team.
Yeah, we talked about at the end of the game Saturday at Philomath that we should feel sorry for Seaside coming into tonight's game. Didn't start that way early, a little bit sloppy start for the starters, but second half they really got things rolling, especially defensively. That third quarter is really what put this game away, a 12-0 run, and by that point it was pretty much game over by the start of the fourth quarter. Incredible defense by the Braves in the third quarter.
And the Braves do outscore the Seaside Seagulls 15-8 in that fourth quarter to run away with a 25-point win, 43-18. And with 7 points tonight and actually 6 points against Philomath to lead the Lady Braves in scoring as well. Both off the bench for Madison Bigsby. Madison Bigsby is tonight's Oregon Army National Guard Columbia Sportswear Hero of the Game. Great job for Madison Bigsby really stepping in to fill the void of the absence of the injured Haley Evans. Madison Bigsby, the 5'6" sophomore. Future is bright for Madison Bigsby and the Banks Lady Braves. Getting it done, 7 points. Also, Madison Walker is a 5'10" junior, so you've got a couple of underclassmen who are going to be coming back for having a couple more years here at Banks and leading the way. Our final score, once again, the number 5 Banks Lady Braves reign supreme here tonight over the Seaside Seagulls, 43-18. We got to flip a couple of things, be ready for a big top 10 matchup coming up next as the Seaside Seagulls and the Banks Braves do business on the boys' side. That game is starting in about 11 minutes, so go over and find that feed, and Trevor Beard will have the call of that one. For Trevor, I'm Jonathan Lee. We'll talk to you again Thursday night when the Banks Lady Braves go after the Tillamook Cheesemakers. And more importantly, the Banks Lady Braves are now again tied for first in the Coapa League standings with the Astoria Fisherwomen. So Banks will be going after at least a share of the Coapa League title on Thursday night. Until then, I'm Jonathan Lee. Have a great Tuesday night and enjoy yourself. God bless, and stay tuned for the Banks Boys Basketball.